Hello, everybody. This is Texas Danny, and I'm coming to you on this Thursday morning, January the 28th, 2021, at about 4:30 a.m. here in Texas Central Standard Time. This is a quick advisory, Earth advisory on our trajectory right now on our path, our course that we're on right now in the time-space movement continuum as we are moving along in the quantum effect, also known as the Mandela effect, and we are moving along mightily. I just want to go on a real quick point here. Sad to hear about someone passing on that just the night after he did a video a few years ago. Photo Helix is when I jumped the next morning on June the 5th, 2016, after he did a video on June the 4th, 2016, about the Bible and the changes to the Bible. I happen to be watching that and some other programming along with YouTube, heavily into this, but having not officially quantum jumped yet, folks. And I did so the next day after I looked into some issues involving some other noted effects and the quotation changes he made. The next morning was quite a trip, and it's been a trip ever since. But getting into it real quick, the best to him, God bless him, may be good somewhere good. But we have an issue right now with shapes. Okay, you all know what a square is supposed to look like, a triangle and a circle. 1, 2, 3. This is keeping it simple for memory. If somebody asks you, do you remember what the shape of a square is? Of course you do. A triangle, of course you do. A circle, of course you do. So that's to kind of unconfuse issues that comes on up with some things that are going to be coming on. Let me pull up on my cell phone something I'd like to show everybody right now. I'm going into Earth real quick. I'd like to say thank you. Also, by the way, to DJ, who's over on the Atlantic side of the United States of America. DJ, who's got probably the best eyes out there. DJ does. She's got a channel. Look her up, DJ. She's got the best eyes. Some other people do as well. Helen DeFrosty, the stargazer over in the UK. Don Hollifield over there. Jen sometimes does some things from time to time. Some other people. I've got spiritual issues, folks. I've got some spiritual issues which will not taint my attempts to give you the message. It's just what I may be seeing. And because of those spiritual weaknesses, I may be getting some BS coming my way. I've had some real quick transformation and changes on YouTube, way too quick. Google Earth, which changed over way too quick. I have my backup on my visual checking that I have my 2012 North American Atlas, which is also quantum affected, which I see the changes as well. But the residents, of course, are on a Newtonian time scale. They're seeing Newtonian Earth. They see day in, day out. They don't see the changes. Those of us who are all over Earth are seeing the show, and let's get into the show real quick. Because when I want to pull up right now, is here I am in Texas, and we've got some issues as far as the changes that are going on. As you see these color designations, these keep moving, folks. The colors keep spreading and moving, and changes take place of all sorts and all types. And this is indicating that movements are coming out further all over the 48 lower contiguous states here. And of course, we have the rest of the United States. We have Alaska and Hawaii in changes. A lot of changes around central Hawaii. A lot of changes to Alaska. Some changes up into Alberta on her eastern side with some gray box areas coming in. Well, the Canadian military gray box areas. We've had our set gray box areas. We have Las Vegas set. We have the set areas in California set for the movements, okay? And we've got a lot of Indian reservations, folks, that are being moved around that are time-space adjustments for the changes that are taking place. We have a lot of folding of time and space. And I'm going to get into just one thing to show you real quick here. In our 4 areas, which are something to be seen here, I want you to look at this whole area right here and perhaps look at this in a way you've never looked at this before. So I'm inviting you to go have a fresh look at the entire thing that you're seeing right now. Just look at it differently. Maybe you'll see something in there. There's something to be seen. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything or it's just happenstance, but it's just come out that way. Well, we have issues with our four area, right? Our Four Corners area is in dramatic changes. The Four Corners area in the United States, it appears to be kind of opening up and spreading out, and these are having changes. I already knew there were considerable changes in the extreme far south of southern Utah, and they're opening up further, going out to the extreme southeastern section of Utah, the northeastern section of Arizona, north and north, anywhere, of course, where the Grand Canyon is going to be, folks. The Gulf of California, Baja California, northern Mexico, Sonora Desert, southeastern California, and southwestern Arizona are going to see some big changes. We're having changes like crazy in Nevada and in the western United States. A lot of modifications have been made, folks, for these changes and these events. They're being adjusted. They're being worked on right now. But as I'm showing you this with the Four Corners area, this is opening up, and this area that's around the southeastern part of Utah is also starting to open up, and we're starting to see some water come in. We're going to see some changes coming out into the central states of the United States of America, into the plain states from Texas on up all the way up to North Dakota. We have the situation which is well in advance here in Wyoming, and especially with the Thunder Basin, which is moving out and still heading up northwest. It's still moving. We got our areas closing in right now. This is going on all over Earth. Everything is in flux right now. But again, I want to bring you up to just real quick. This is the area that I'm talking about right here. This area, southeastern area of Utah, it's also going to affect the entire Four Corner states, and it's going to affect a lot of water. It's going to start moving rapidly, and we're going to have some population redistribution areas right here, because these areas right here, we've got new water areas coming in, folks, and we got a lot of changes. We've got a lot of changes earth-wide. We've got a lot of changes to the Giza Plateau, to the Mediterranean, South America. We've got changes to down in Argentina, Chile. We've got changes going up into Africa, to the eastern part of Africa. Big changes in here. We've got to watch Lake Victoria, because that's going to be affecting Eritrea, going to be affecting the Red Sea, going to be affecting the Mediterranean, the Black Sea, the Caspian. And we have a huge, huge issue with the Talcum-Makal Desert area, right? This area, from going out to the Caspian, all the way out to the Yellow Sea, from the Black Sea to the Yellow Sea, is going to be very dynamically busy. And you can see just on the face of it what Japan is going to be facing, okay? The Marianas Trench is moving. She is on a march, probably about 4 miles an hour. People don't know that. Okay, we've got a lot of changes coming up and around. We've got changes to Australia. Look for Queensland. A lot of changes are going to be going there. They're aware of these changes, folks, to some extent, I believe. Of course, the events in this last couple of years in New Zealand, marking that. Fiji has things going on. French Polynesia is very important. So is the French Southern Antarctic lands, Madagascar. India is going to be having huge new track problems coming up. And of course, the rooftop of the world. And northern Russia, Greenland, and Canada, the top of the world, we're all going to be closing in, folks. Okay, got to let you go for now. I know it's been a little bit of a long one. This is Texas Danny out. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.